Hello. Welcome to another tutorial on Windows Server 2012 configuration and administration. Let's do this as quickly as possible. In the last video, we discussed the host name configuration and static IP addressing. It is a guide for changing the computer name or host name and the static IP address configuration. The server IP address will be used by your clients as a DNS IP address, so they can connect to the domain controller and become members of the domain computers. If you haven't watched it yet, the video link is in the description below. Okay, let's proceed. Our objective for today is to configure this Windows server as a domain controller, with an Active Directory role. The main function of Active Directory is to enable administrators to manage permissions and control access to network resources. In Active Directory, data is stored as objects, which include users, groups, applications, and devices, and these objects are categorized according to their name and attributes. Active Directory Domain Services, or ADDS, is a core component of Active Directory and provides the primary mechanism for authenticating users and determining which network resources they can access. ADDS also provides additional features such as single sign-on, or SSO, security certificates, LDAP, and access rights management. To install Active Directory on this Windows Server 2012, open the Server Manager from the Start button, click Administrative Tools, and scroll down to Server Manager. Or simply click the Server Manager icon from the taskbar. Click Add Roles and Features. Click Next. Next. And Next. Then select and click the Active Directory Domain Services role. And click Add Features. You can skip selecting the DNS server role, since it will be automatically installed during the Active Directory installation and configuration. Click Next. Next. Next, and click Install. The installation will take a few minutes, so wait until the role or feature installation is completed. Once the installation is succeeded, click Close. Then, a configuration is required. Click the notification on the Server Manager dashboard, and click the Promote this server to a domain controller. Since this is our first domain deployment, select Add a new forest, then type your root domain name. We will discuss in our upcoming videos the other two options, especially creating a secondary domain that will ensure that your users are able to access important domain resources, in case of a primary domain fail. In my case, I will use local.ph as my root domain name. After choosing your root domain name, click Next. Type your DSRM password. You will need the directory's service restore mode password to correct a problem with Active Directory, or to take the server offline for emergency maintenance, particularly restoring backups of AD objects. Then click Next. This option will install and configure your DNS server. Click Next. Take note of your NetBIOS domain name, and click Next. Here, you can specify the location of your ADDS database, log files, and sysvol folder, but it is recommended to use the default location. Click Next. and Next. the system will check prerequisites. And since all prerequisites are passed successfully, we can now proceed with the installation. Click Install. This will take a few minutes, so relax and wait until the installation is done. After the installation, the results will notify you that the server was successfully configured as a domain controller. Click Close, and the Windows server will automatically restart. Congratulations! This server is now configured as a domain controller. Now let us check for the roles and features installed for this domain controller. There, the DNS, Active Directory users and computers, and other services are already installed. We can now add users and computers as a member of the domain to this Windows server. We will discuss this in our next video. Also, part of the tutorials are group policy management like login and logout script deployment, time synchronization, user security rights and access, creating user profile and home folder, print and document services or print server deployment, DHCP server, DFS replication, file server resource manager, and many more. So, see to it to subscribe, and click the notification bell for new video updates. Thanks for watching.